I just want to mention very quickly this element that I keep hearing concerning the incident that occurred at the Oscars. I keep hearing everyone say, but he was laughing initially, as if his reaction thereafter did not match the laughter. And I want to say this because this is what I see oftentimes in school environments when students are being talked about, when they're being bullied. Oftentimes you'll see them laugh. They're laughing it off because it is as if they've learned, if I don't laugh about it, then I will become even more of a victim. Now, not any means necessary am I calling Will a victim. I'm simply saying that a lot of times there are things behind emotions. Emotions that we perceive to be as joy, and emotions that we perceive to be as contentment, and emotions that we perceive to be as pleasant can be many times a cover-up. And kind of like seeing someone cry right before they're about to get into a fight. Sometimes you may think those tears are a sign of sadness, but instead it's actually rage building up. And when you see them tears coming, you probably need to start running. The same thing can be said for laughter. Just because there's a laughter in a situation, it does not mean that I'm accepting or even condoning what you have said or what you have done. Sometimes that laughter is simply, this is my coping mechanism. This is how I've learned to deal with people like you. This is how I've learned to deal with situations like this. This is not something that I find joyful. It's not something that I find funny, but this is what I've learned to do over the years. When someone comes at me, when someone throws shade at me, when someone says something out the way, I've learned to simply laugh. And it's not that I'm not hurt. It's not that it doesn't bother me. It's not that it's okay what you've done. But this has been a learned coping mechanism for so many people. Again, by no means am I calling Will a victim. I'm simply speaking to the laughter that we all heard before the event occurred. That laughter said a whole lot but joy. It said a whole lot of things except for contentment. It said a whole lot of things except for entertainment. That laughter. And so you've got to be able to notice signs like this. Again, I see it all the time. We've got to be able to notice signs like this and recognize them. When something has continually happened, this is the mechanism that's been built over time. It's not that it's healthy. We see the result of it, right? Anything that you keep in and you laugh off and you're covering up, it's not going to be healthy in the end. In the end, somebody's going to get hurt. You can only build up so much anger and frustration for so long, and it's going to pop off eventually. And that's what we saw. I wanted to speak to that laughter component because everybody else keeps speaking to it. Just because I tee hee hee and ha 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 does not mean that I'm condoning that thing. It may mean that simply I've learned how to laugh to keep from crying.